New York Hobby. I'm back at it again with another stream and another video. We're talking about basketball and we're talking about Zach Lavine. Now, I got a couple of days to work with this week. No, I'm not working much this week. Got Thanksgiving off as well. So I will be putting a lot more stuff out there. And a lot more basketball content as well out there as well. Because I got the workout videos lined up and all that. I'll make sure to drop a basketball video at some point this week, depending on how the runs is. You know, if the runs is good, I will post a video recording and show it to y'all. But hey, man, we got Zach Lavine here. As we know, Zach Lavine, he wants out of Chicago. There's no way of putting it. Obviously, by the actions that has happened last night, him refusing to interview, and I heard that he had walked out right after the game. That means Zach Lavine does not want to be a Chicago Bull anymore, nor does the Chicago Bulls want to play with him anymore as well. So he's pretty much about to be done with Chicago, and his days in a Chicago Bulls uniform is going to be over. Before we get to the trades, we have a lot of teams that is interested in him and teams that he's interested in stuff. Now, obviously, I don't know if he's pulling a James Harden and is playing, not to his standards, or he is struggling a bit. But he is not having the season that he wants to have this year. That's part of the reason why he wants a trade. He went from dropping 34 in the second Orlando Magic game, which I'm looking at his proficiency and his proficiency, obviously he's struggling there as well. He is a solid defender as well, but he is looking like, a little timid as a off-ball defender, as Young Mustard said on YouTube, his knees look fried right now a bit. And he still has a lot more basketball because he's in his prime. He's shooting 34% from three as well. It's pretty obvious that he wants out of Chicago. Now, this his top three teams, his preferred destination that I heard, is he wants to go to either Los Angeles, the Miami Heat, or the 76ers. Those are the three teams that he wants to go to. Those are his top teams. Obviously, there are other teams that are, like Boston, obviously interested in him. I feel like a perfect situation for him would definitely be Los Angeles as well. And I'm going to tell you why. Los Angeles, they don't know what they're going to get from AD. AD is struggling as well. He's not really playing up to standards these last couple of games, especially the end-season tournament. And I'm going to get into how I feel about that as well. And they have to rely on a 39-year-old LeBron James to basically carry them to victories. The past 2 to 3 victories that the Lakers have really gotten, past 4, LeBron has had to carry every single time. A 39-year-old LeBron James who's still playing his great basketball as he can, but as we know, the Lakers are trying to put him, and will put him, as when they get their situation right, on minutes restriction. Because LeBron is at that age where Father Time is catching up. Yes, his defense has took a hit a bit, and it's because of his age, not anything that he's doing negative to you on the court. It's because of his age. Father Time is catching up to him, and at this point we are seeing, we're pretty much saying it's sad. We're seeing the last days of LeBron James. So they need somebody that's going to be the franchise for the Lakers for years to come. I still think AD plays a role in that, just not the one to carry due to his health. Zach Lavine, if they get him, I think that will definitely be smooth for him. Zach Lavine, he played at UCLA. He got a history with, LA. You know what I'm saying? He's had a lot of good games in LA. He played in UCLA. I think him going to the Lakers will obviously benefit and obviously do great things for him. That will take the load off of LeBron for sure. Definitely put out there. Definitely would, who are you going to trade? I would definitely trade D'Lo for Zach. Zach is a way better player than D'Lo. D'Lo is just an all-star at best. He's definitely not no Zach Lavine or a superstar like that. Zach Lavine changes the game. I think they will definitely have a chance to make it to the finals. Or Zach Lavine is going to be freshly motivated, which he will. He will definitely be motivated if he go to the Lakers. You playing with LeBron? Come on now. So I definitely think that it helps the Lakers getting him. Like I said, an off-ball defender still needs some work, but he's still a pretty solid defender on ball. That definitely gives them some help there as well. And what he wants to do, obviously the scoring options is going to go to him as well, because he's going to be having the ball the majority of the time as well, so he will be able to work, and then will let Zach do his thing. Austin Reeves has been a positive for the Lakers. I don't think they should get rid of him for Zach. They need the core pieces and bench pieces as well still. So I think you give up a couple of picks for D'Lo and trade D'Lo for Zach, along with a couple of picks to, solidify it. I think that would definitely be a perfect trade for Zach as well. Another trade I would definitely want to see is the Miami Heat. For sure. Miami, he will definitely help. Him, if he goes to Miami, he will be the number one option for sure. He's not going to be a second option. He's going to be a number one option for sure. And Jimmy will be that second option. That along with, Bam being there, because I don't think they're going to trade Bam. They may, I think they're going to trade Kyle Lowry and a couple of pieces, or, they might put Hero in there for that one and trade to Chicago for Zach. That definitely helps out as well, because, Lavine going to Miami and playing, that definitely helps out for sure, and definitely helps out on them. Like I said before, and I mentioned this again on several occasions, Lavine going to Miami will bring Miami out of the East. That works so perfectly, as good as it's going to get with, Lavine, Jimmy, and that definitely helps out. That definitely helps out a lot. Philly. Let's get into Philly. I don't really think Philly should pull this trade off. I don't think they're going to pull this trade off. They got Lavine, who is looking like he's going to be the next superstar for Philly, for sure. I mean, not Embiid, Maxey, sorry. Maxey definitely looks like they're going to be the next, star for sure for Philly. And obviously, Embiid is the star. My bad, messed it up. Embiid is the superstar there, and he's running it with Maxey. And then Philly is running their offense through Maxey, too. And Maxey's having his best season by far as a player. He is reaching that prime years now. They also got their depth, and they're the number one team in the East. Do I think that elevates them even more? Yeah, but I don't really think it's going to elevate them that much, being honest. Yeah, don't get it twisted now. Zach Lavine would do wonders for the Sixers. That's an automatic championship for them if they stay healthy, yes. But I think they're at a point where they feel like, and this is what Philly is thinking. I'm not discrediting Zach or anything like that. That's what Philly's probably thinking is, we don't need this trade if we're the number one team in the East. What does he do for us? I don't really think, Toronto would be the mix. I mean, maybe he would want to play for Toronto, but I don't see him playing for like any of the smaller teams. Maybe Brooklyn, but I don't know how that would do a work. With Ben Simmons, Lavine, and then you have, I mean, I think Ben would thrive in it. I will say that because he's got a lot of scorers. He'll get 20 assists per game if you ask me. Along with 10 to 11 points, that would definitely help out Brooklyn, but we know that ain't going to happen. But the only other team other than the Lakers, Heat, and Sixers could potentially be Boston, but I don't think Boston would have to choose between Jaylen Brown, and I don't think they want to do that. I don't know how he would fit on Boston, you know what I'm saying? Yes, they got the defense. It would look perfect. It would be beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. They having Boston, keeping their defense, and then you add Lavine on the offensive end. That will definitely help their chances at a contender. Definitely not Milwaukee, as sure. Milwaukee has their star in Damian Lillard. They got what they wanted. Obviously, that's off the paper. What does Zach Lavine really do to benefit them even more? They got who they needed with that. But Lavine is a very talented player, superstar player. He's in his prime years. He's in his twilight years as a basketball player, and at this stage of his career, he wants to win a championship, and he wants to help a team win a championship and contend. You go to a contending team, the Clippers got what they want as well. That's not happening as well. Sacramento would be good on player. Would be good on paper too. De'Aaron Fox and them. Zach would definitely help them for sure, make a more deeper playoff run than they did previous seasons. Yeah, that's pretty good. Other than that, Lavine is a talented player, and he's in his twilight years. So he wants to go to a team that he would have the best shot at winning. And it's got to be between the Heat and the Lakers, man. That's what I have to say about that. It's got to be between the Heat and the Lakers. That's what I have to say about that. And, it's got to be between those two. And both of those teams would be a great team for him to go to. But we will continue to see. We'll continue to see as pick up. But it looks like they're definitely getting rid of him. Judging by how he acted after the game, walking out his days as a Chicago Bull is coming to an end. Which sucks because, he was playing a guy that was playing his best basketball in Chicago. They added Lonzo Ball before he got hurt. They was one of the best teams in the East. So now we don't even know what's going to go on with them. It looks like they're going to break them up. Because we got DeMar DeRozan. They want to get rid of him. They got Caruso, Alex, who's a great role player for them. But they're going to get rid of him as well. DeMar DeRozan, I don't know what the Lakers are going to explore. That would, like I said, the Lakers, they just need somebody that can help fill the void with LeBron. They don't need all these extra superstars. A depth guy like Cesaro, and they put Lavine in that trade too, that will help out. That'll be what they need on their core pieces. That's what I feel like for that for sure. But it's for sure certain it's going to be between the Lakers and the Heat. Because the Heat desperately need to bounce back from the Damian Lillard situation. And the Lakers desperately need a star, especially after the Kyrie situation, him going to Dallas. They need to bounce back and do something for sure. So that's what I have to say about that. And when I post this, drop this, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to my Insta. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube. This is where this is going as well. And that's what I have to say about that. Much love. New York Hobby signing out.